How's your rolling? Well, I'll be honest with you. It's whoa, about quarter to 9 in the morning. Decide to just throw on a t-shirt and some pajamas and a hat. Just kind of taking it easy today before, I go back to work tomorrow, whatever. Just thought I'd, have breakfast and go through my notes, and some people have been asking about this one. Tell you what, I'll actually start this one off, right? I have notes for a story and a concept for one that's not even out yet. Now, if you're an Infinite Stratos fan, I got a treat for you. That's what I love about binders like this because it's so easy. Reen. That's right. So, I've noticed that there's not a lot of Infinite Stratos stories as I'd like. Hey, Dalty, what's happening, man? But one thing I've noticed is for a few stories there are, the protagonist that's put into this, the OC, is usually either American or Japanese. Let's mix it up a little bit. So I got a guy who's South Korean who was delivering noodles for his boss and touched an IS unit in a building, and sure enough, bang. You can't know the rest. He ends up in IS Academy. And he eventually becomes best friends with Reen, gets heartbroken as she tries to fall for Ichika, and she finds out and they try and make things work after that. There's a lot of just a lot of stuff going on as far as what the heck is actually in this folder. There's one time where I just had so much writer's block and I was at work just writing on the road, going from job to job, and it was just hard because there's some stories like the Ria sequel, the Misery sequel, the Akino sequel. There's just so many. There's like a long list of these elements that all need time and focus. Where, there's some times where I was writing these stories and I'd get like 20 minutes in and see if I get like 200 words in or so. And sometimes it was brutal. Sometimes I wouldn't have service where I was. And sometimes, I'd be eating lunch and I'm just like, wait a minute, I could be banging out a chapter right now and I can't. For instance, for anyone who's read my original Her Royal Average, I just wrote down 2 lines this morning, but I kind of just wrote down the bios of these characters, and I banged out one chapter after that. The Death Glare. What's happening, Michael? All right, since I got two guys in here, is there any questions going forward as far as what you want to do? I mean, I kind of make this as an open classroom as well. I got like 60% battery. I got tea. I got water. I got bagel in front of me. So go for it. These things take time. And I'm just going to be going through here. When's Ravel appearing? Um, if you kind of haven't noticed this, I've hinted it out a couple of times. If you've read Two from the Board, and if you've read Koniko, don't have to be up to date, but I'd say like halfway through, maybe not even. You should have a pretty idea of how they're gonna meet. But first, he's gotta be able to just get settled in and figure out his role with it. But I know it's hard simply because the character's usually there at the beginning, whereas like yeah, Irina, she didn't appear until a little bit later. She just was just like, "Hello, I'm in class. Hi." As far as chapter amounts, shouldn't be too many. I'm hoping chapter 10 sees that's definitely a stretch. Chapter 5 though, it seems too close, somewhere in the middle between 5 and 10. Exactly, I don't have it that planned out. Like there's certain things I plan out, but then there's certain ones where you just have to go with the flow and some you just have to wing straight, go straight for it. Let's see notifications on here. Well, since I got this right here, yeah, I do the blue controller for the streaming actually. Let's add Dalty in here. Wow, 400 players aren't named Dalty. Hey, you're a Crash fan like I am. Sick. Hey, it's Rel. Send it. Alright, let's see. What else I got in this thing? I don't have as... this is actually just bought recent, so I really don't have much in here. But there are... Come on, work with me. Are some important ones on here. Michael, I'm actually playing nothing right now. It's actually just really on. I'm just making sure that I got some stuff updated. Got me playing. I thought about playing some H1Z1, but I'm kind of looking around and I'm just kind of like, let me see what we got going on. Let's see. But lately I've been playing Sly Cooper. Let's see. How to stay focused and update on writing stories. Hmm. Um, to be honest with you, I got terrible clothes. Oh well. Dude, I'm in pajamas right now, and this is just a shirt of a car I wanted as a kid. But I got out of cars as far as like owning a race car, all that. I literally just got out of it simply because there's either two things that was gonna happen. I was either gonna go dirt poor because of being addiction, or I end up killing myself or severely hurting myself. Get out of it quick. For both reasons, I'm glad that that's just out of here. Let's see. Really, Dalty, I think every OC is relatable to the writer to a point. I really do. Um, the homewrecker and I are not on speaking terms. Long story. But really, the OC and its writer, I think that every writer has a relationship with a character to a point. To what degree is the, you make it? As in, I know that myself, if you go with, I just refer to the characters as far as their nickname goes. Let's go Misere with her boyfriend and eventually husband Rainer. I've got family members who have been cut off, were into stupid things, theft, drugs, uh, violence. Absolutely terrible. I don't wish it on anybody. I actually kind of use that to reflect and vent and, get my emotions out. Writing's a real just stress reliever to me. So, I mean, it's kind of like if you want to get something off your mind and do it in a positive manner and relate to it and just like creating your own stuff. That's kind of the reason why you could write. I mean, eventually, once you get the groove and once you feel proud about what you've done, it eventually becomes a good habit and something positive. Actually, Michael, just kind of like this. My sister decided to be petty and think that she's right about everything, and she kind of tried to tell me off, and we just got into a shouting match, and it's just kind of like, look, I'm done apologizing. I'm done being, the good guy. It's just kind of like, you know what? If you want to take advice, you want to fall flat on your face, I'm gonna let you. Because if you're gonna be petty, immature, and I'm not gonna say the word, but fill in the blank. That's just really how it goes. Any other story you guys want to see in here? I mean, I already talked about one unreleased, so there's some I haven't gotten to the binder yet. There's some that have been all over the place. So I don't know where they are, or if they want spoilers, go for it. Because I'm going to be here probably for, let's see, battery life is 51%. Yeah, I could be on here for a while. Worst case, I'll plug this damn thing in. Notifications, refresh. Nothing. Who's still here? I know there's one. WatCon is already 40% sold out for late October. Doesn't surprise me. If anyone's thinking about going, by all means, let me know. Gara versus Rock Lee was definitely it's definitely one of my favorites. I mean, it kills me seeing how Rock Lee was crippled for the longest time it seemed, and I think it was one of those characters where you just kind of like, hey, let's have his energy, let's kick ass, let's attack everything head on, and regardless of my situation, what I can and can't do, I'm gonna go at this at hard miles an hour. Actually, it's Rock Lee, so probably faster than that, more like a few hundred miles an hour, and just simply kick ass and do anything possible to win. Now, mind you, his was almost a suicide attempt, but yes. I'm looking at views and I'm just blown away by some of these numbers. Let's see. Irina, 69.5K. Koniko, 46.4K. Just ridiculous. So, Dalty, is there anything you want me to also break down for you? I mean, fight scenes itself is definitely a category of its own. It depends on really what topic you want to talk about as that, because that's a very broad topic to me. Come on, show more. There we go. Reese has 161K, Akino's got 109K, Mizre's got 100. These numbers are just blowing me away. It's ridiculous to me. Like, for real. I mean, you kind of have to. I mean, some of them could be relatable, but it kind of comes to because if you, I'm not sure how many stories you've read, man, but if there's one thing that I've tried to keep to a minimum is repetitive. And some people say, "Oh, the broken gimmick." It's like, no, you fit in. For instance, most of the guild members in Fairy Tail don't have parents. They're all dead. And, that's one of the anime references. Like, Mocha doesn't have her mother. Kurimu, I don't believe, has a father. Ruby doesn't have parents in Rosario Vampire. Look at the DxD girls. Akano, mother died. Koniko, no parents. Asio, orphan. Zenovia, orphan. Kiba, orphan. Gasper, well, that is a very sad story that happened to him. So you try to make these people blend in as much as you possibly can. It's not the broken gimmick. It is the just blending your character in. But as far as how you make them different, for instance, there's some characters that are very bright, very wise. Then there's some characters that are just they are as thick and dense as fudge cake. For real. Like each gift from Infant Stratos, let's see. He doesn't know that one, let alone all the girls, have a slight crush on him, or a crush to any degree. And the fact that he forgot his own birthday on top of that, that is thickness. Absolute thickness. But you just have to make every character different, and the reason why you put development in there is to put in for goals. There's no set mold of idea of how to make a character. There's no, oh, this character has to fill out their critique in order for it to be on par. I originally wanted my characters just to blend in, not be too powerful, and just kind of go along and have their own side story along with Can's story. But now there's times where I'm just sticking to a certain protocol and I'm just kind of doing my own thing. There could be a mix and match of all. Let's see, I'm going to have to look at my. I'm not going to be looking at the notifications on Wattpad on my phone, of course. But I am actually stuck on one story in particular. Define normal. Normal is actually a word that I don't seem to understand. That is definitely one word I will never understand. Normal. Normal is definitely a always been a hard term for me simply because I've never fit a certain mold that people have wanted me to. Yes, Michael, future Maneater. That's right, I said it, damn it. Not saying she's gonna be Ronco, but still. Oh, very draining. Very, very draining. Yeah, draining. could say something else, but I won't. Oh, come on. If anyone knows what else I'm doing, I'm actually doing some sport betting as well. I'll take a break from that since it wants to be freaking. Wants to be difficult, then we can do that. You know, it's actually very funny. My girlfriend doesn't like one of my fairy tale shirts because she goes, excuse me? I see tits and girls with the dove eyes. So, yeah. Why do you need tits on a t shirt? And just kind of like, you know what? I try to explain my little bit, state my case, but just screw it sometimes. I'm actually reading your last chapter right now. Fairy Tale Girls Ex Mail Reader, if I'm correct. 7 reads on it. They don't need to know each other. Let's see. Hmm. Porridge. Good stuff. Bandit Camp. Hmm. Good shit. Dialogue is solid. Can be cleaned up a little bit, but it's solid. Well, I mean, you ended in the middle of a scene, so I mean, it's really just depends on how you write the next chapter. It's really just, it really just how you go from there. I mean, clearly he got, hit the heck out of, and that's just how you recover from that. Although, Urza's definitely a strong, very strong character. Like, mentally, really. All mental. Though I would be actually. Tell you what, you gotta vote. And you got a follow from me. You earned it. Now, I'm not sure what it is, or how stressed you are, or where the case may be. Don't overthink it and kick ass at it. Alright. Gray Hermione. I should damn well know better. That's gonna be it for me. I only got 2 bets in. It's hard to clear the mind. Take it from a guy who overthinks too much for his own good. Well, Michael, I'll put it to you this way. Some people may find it hard to believe, but women suck too. For instance, if I've kind of made points about this in my writing, but I'll put this down for a rant. For instance, I've kind of asked my buddy this, right? You're a teenager or a young adult. How long could a party girl stay interested for? How long could it until you get bored? It gets too repetitive. Or, sometimes it's just too much. As in, hey, I could only stand this, this bitch of a friend or bitch of a one who hosts or, for so long. I could only bail her out from being sloppy for so long. I can only, hear her demands for so damn long before you eventually just say, hell with it. I'm done. You know what I mean? That's one example. For instance, there's some girls that are going to be like, shut up, feed me pizza, and let me nap. Basically, I have no time for you, but take care of me while you can in that little small window. Or I'm strong and independent and I don't need to depend on no man. But yet, for some people who say that, really want a guy to pay their bills. I'm not saying that, all women are terrible. But I'm just saying, look at the bright side. If you're single, you don't have to deal with any of those types. Look at Sona, for instance, right? Look how bad she treated the guy she was interested in, and now her boyfriend, as in, oh, you have to dan to fly, or you have to act this certain way, or you have to be proper like this. I mean, I can imagine, that's just not fun at all. Not fun at all. Not only that, but you save a little bit of money. For instance, right now my car repair is going to be $925 plus tax. So right now I got a loaner, which if you can see this, I right now have a car 10 years newer. 2018 Subaru Impreza. Nice car, sounds well, handles very well. Although, if I ever get another car anytime soon, which I just paid mine off 2 months ago, I don't think I could do $500 a month for a payment. No way in hell. Let's hit the button on that one. We have 2 more days before H1Z1 hits out of open beta. See if there's any more news on it. I'm just waiting for everything else. I have been myself, man. I've actually been in a relationship where all she wanted was money. I've been in a relationship where it was about the guy who was available at the time. I've been dumped so she could go to a party and be asked out by a guy that was older and had tattoos. I know that men are loved under terms, while women and children are loved unconditionally in many instances. Also depends on cultures as well. More of like a change my mind factor there, but simply you just can't. Stuff like that just doesn't go away. All right. Didn't see this a couple of days ago. I haven't been on here. All PS4 servers are going to be offline 8 p.m. specific time. I'm sorry, PDD time. Okay, Monday, August 6th to support the launch with servers unlocking the play for Season 1. Okay. Launch out open beta, 3 different reward lines and 30 reward tiers. Time to gear up and get serious. In addition, skulls will be going away at launch. Your existing skulls will be converted into new currency, which would be credits. Then you could use on all new goodies in the marketplace. View in the frequently asked questions below. What are available options for the Battle Pass? There are 3 available: free, premium, and PlayStation Plus. You'll get the free one automatically just by logging in and playing during Season 1. If you're a PlayStation Plus member, the reward line will automatically be unlocked for you upon login as well. The premium reward line can be purchased either through in-game Battle Pass menu or through the PlayStation Store. You'll get bonus items through purchasing. I had a girl that was into me simply because I wasn't a scumbag. And I've had some in me because it was a double date and, I'm just kind of like, look, I'll pay, you leave tip. And then after that, it was, I actually, there's this one time when I was on a double date. The movie didn't go so well, but afterwards we stopped by to grab dinner, and I didn't know this, but she was eyeing a different guy at the time. And her friend wanted to go on a date with me, and I just kind of want him just like, look, we don't need to do a movie or anything like that. Let's just talk this out, hang out, whatever, right? She didn't answer her phone all day, ditched me, went to the movies with this guy, hooked up with him. He asked her out. She said yes, and she goes, "Oh, can we still have that date?" And I'm like, "No, God, my ass and my money work too damn hard for a homewrecker or floozy or tart, whatever." Yes, I need to find Iggy as we speak. I do believe he's in the sink. The dirty, soapy sink. Season 1 Battle Pass will last until October 16th? I'm guessing that's for the free thing? Oh yeah, it's for the free thing. Victory crates you can still earn for win matches. Any duplicate items received or turned into credits. Okay, so they're trying to turn it into like an Overwatch thing. On launch day, all daily challenges on the account will reset, meaning you'll see your tutorial challenges available for completion again if you complete them previously. Tutorial challenges now grant medals. They're a great way to start progressing your battle pass tier. Daily challenges after tutorial challenge will grant medals as well. But I'm actually very glad that they kept it for being a free game, regardless that it's now legit and in full effect. Well, Dalty, I'm not sure how long you've been in and out or how much you follow, but I actually have a few. And believe it or not, you're actually talking to one at the moment. I consider Michael my apprentice. We've only talked hours on this stuff. See? Like that. There's Anime Freak 1988, aka Tina. There is, let's see. There's Sherry on there, aka Jess. There's Scary Joshua, aka Joshi. Omega Zero 3370, aka Donnie. There's a Hellfire Master. I haven't got his real first name, I really just call him Hellfire. There's, let's see, Cody, but he's on hiatus. Let's see who else we got. I know there's a few more. Just I have. It's hard to keep track of. Oh, Adrenal Nightmare, aka Dakota. Can't forget about him. He's We've been going back and forth about Kermu and Zenobia dialogue. He's got some Fate stuff too, but I haven't caught up to Fate. And if I really were to do a story on that, that would be so long. I'd say 100 hours of stuff. Don't worry, you're still not Ichika. But yes, as a mentor, I do this for the thrill, and some people have asked me, how could I repay you? Now, mind you, this is a passion, money making business. It's not. I do this for thrill, the love of it, and if anyone could get out of things like a depression, a funk, or anything else, it's why I'm here. It's why I live for this. Just want people to leave as a better person. And there's some people that need more help than others. Like there's some that are starting out writing and they're 14. They're like, "Hey AJ, I need some help with this, and what's your opinion on this?" And there's some of them where I just kind of go off of it, and it's just kind of like the spacing's off. Some people can't space after punctuation, and I'm just kind of like, okay. So a lot of times when I say the dialogue's there, it just needs some clean up. They're like, I don't get it. Make sure you know where your quotations and your punctuation are. It's not things about using your verbs and your adjectives. You could find an English teacher or professor about that one. Mine's really about content, and then let's just put it to you this way. If you read on a phone or on a laptop, let's say you're reading at 11 o'clock at night, and you see sentence here, sentence there, sentence here, sentence there. It's sandwiched all together. It's a little hard on the eyes. So sometimes you have to think about the reader as well. Now, I'm a crowd pleaser. A lot of you know it. So I know that if I have someone who has bad eyes or, just to make it stand out a little bit, I clean it up. So what I like to do is, I hate using script format, but everyone's different. Okay. Name right here. Quotation, they say something, end quote, and then the action of what's going on. You could do it like that. It's not really black and white where you have to put it one simple way. There's many different ways to do this. You just have to find your groove and what's comfortable. That's how it goes. Man. About a month's time, this will be dyed again. I'm trying to go blonde, pink, then purple. Nope. Nope. Not only that, but I don't want to be flagged for music on YouTube. They are absolutely critical on it. And I mean absolutely. Speaking of which, I should probably turn this down. Really? I have to get them out? That's better. Much better. Yeah. So, while I'm in this binder, who wants to see something? There's not much in it, but anyone want to break anything down? I mean, honestly, YouTube isn't what it used to be, but at this point, I'm not worried about revenue. I'm just worried about me being a publisher, just for the side stuff, and then it's just really, you know, see if I could. Hey, Juan, how we doing, man? Good to see you. It's really just, I'd like to mentor people to help them work on their skills. For instance, I know that there's a 13-year-old who wants to, go to college and pursue these dreams, but then it's like, you might have a little essay trouble or something. Oh boy. Well, you can actually find it a little more in the middle. It's really just really on how you want it to go. Like, for instance, I'll show you the profile on some of these people that I have in various different stories. This is in Rias Volume 2, the date candidates. There's some that are absolute just don't know what they want. Let's actually pull that up. Now, I could give you the profile on, not notifications. Actually, lay him up. Lay hit teen up quick. Since I can't him up on my phone, might as well. 22% battery. Won't have this go for too long. But let's go back to the works and such. Let's see, we have Yami, who's, let's see, bronze tan, blonde hair, pink lips, shy, kind, nice, no experience around boys, and for some reason, Raven just doesn't like her. Let's see. Yes, Data Life Season 3 is coming out. Date, I do not know. Let's see. Harmony. Sexy, open minded, graceful, though. As in, on the outside, she looks like a girl you want to pick up at the club, but she's actually respectful. Newsflash, you're not bringing her home. There's a lot of molds you could make a character, and you could make him multiple different things. You can make him bipolar for all I care. Let's see what we got. He said, "Give me a second." Okay. God tier waifu. Even waifus have flaws. All of them have at least one flaw. That's just me keeping it real. So, Michael, I'm not sure how long you've been on, man, but do you want a spoiler alert for her royal average or a new IS story? I'll give you my top four waifu list. Top four. And no, surprisingly, none of these girls are from Rosario or DXD. Muse, Amagi Brilliant Park. Yukino, Fairy Tail. Three, go Tadanashi from Infinite Stratos. And four, I'm going Tomoe from Absolute Duo. And when you go with the other franchises that I like Rosario Vampire and DXD, it really depends on mood. But as far as best girl in Rosario goes, my preference, I'm going between Mizuri or Kurimu. In DXD, it really depends on mood. Let's see what we got here. All right, here's one. This is the some of the candidates I got for her royal average. It's this blonde fake bitch called Bertha. If it's the 1700s, guess what? It's unfortunate that you have to have ugly names like Bertha. Because words like Eric, especially if it's spelled with a CK at the end, mean the Viking is awesome. And it stays awesome. Bertha just sounds like some old hag. And I'm sorry to anyone who's named that. Because I know some people who are. And I feel terrible in a sense. But yeah. Bertha is, well, she's the blonde haired girl, Michael, if you know who I'm referring to. Let's call him Fritz. Ah, man. Bertha's the blonde fake snob who's just full of herself. Exactly what Rylus didn't want. But then there's this girl who is a brunette, very beautiful, eyes that sparkle and twinkle, and she's just shy. And it's okay if you're shy and you open up, except she's just not interesting. To him, at least. You gotta have a little bit of mystery there and be unpredictable for certain people. Now, everyone's gonna have a type. And that's one thing I think about when guys ask out, women or whatever, is I think a lot of times they overthinking it, being like, oh, does this girl look good? Does she act this certain way? How is she, like around others? Is she respectful, graceful? Does she like to have a good time? Well, newsflash, men. You could grab a pair, tighten your belt, and talk to her. Ask her questions. Have it be about her. And, fill in about a little about yourself from time to time. That's just how it goes. Pull your socks up, yes. Yes. I actually don't wear long socks unless I'm at work simply because of the work boots. Oh, speaking of which one, I was asking out that chick. I'm very curious. Did you seal the deal or what, man? I'm waiting. Ah, now you're concerned about the IS story. Well, first off, Dalty, um, I want to say that yours is about, as far as dialogue goes, and your writing as a whole, I'm gonna give it a a 7 out of 10. Now, the action is there. The flow is there. Just do yourself a favor. When you're done, I mostly write on my phone. 95 at least 95% of my writing is on my phone. Especially since when I'm in the work van or, I'm at lunch or whatever. It's just how it is. I'm on my phone. I use it as a tool more than a toy. But do yourself a favor and log on to Wattpad on your computer and just read it out. And you'll be able to see more of it. See the way on how it flows. Be careful of your punctuation and your quotations. I find a hard time using bolds and italics on here compared to my phone. So I do italics and bold stuff in the app on Wattpad. Then do yourself a favor and just careful on how you space it out. I think that now I go off of a scouting report and go on potential. From what they say go and everything gets better with time. Dalty, no joke, man. Not kissing ass, anything. I think you have the potential to have your work be a 9 out of 10. And that's straight up. Tina, how we doing? Ah, ah, one, that's terrible. Moment. I'm having heartburn. Brother, I'm glad that everything went well and you're still friends with her. But Jesus, Mother Teresa, that is hurtful, gut wrenching, ultimate feels. Tina, I swear to God, if you're going to complain about first world problem cigarettes again, I am going to go mad today. And Michael, well, I actually, now mind you, there's no release date on this. But here is what I got in store for you. I knew you'd be interested. This is me thinking late at night and writing it down. Reen. You wouldn't think, huh? I thought about a long, hard concept on how to make her work. Especially since I know Teen wasn't going to get to her for quite a while. So, really what we got for Reen is, if you look at most of the IS stories, I'd say almost all of them, majority, like literally almost all of them, it's the guys here from America, the guys from Japan. I've told, another apprentice I left out. Sorry about this, Matthias. Matthias. A real good guy. Him and Omega, aka Donnie, those two are my favorite Canadians. For real. I was talking to Donnie and Matthias, and I'm like, if you guys watch IS and you guys want to write a story, make him Canadian. Please. It'll work so well. And I'll be talking together with both of them to do a Canadian protagonist sometime. Probably hook him up with Cecilia or something. But anyways, we have a guy who is from South Korea. And how do you have a guy from South Korea, be involved with an IS unit? I thought about doing something hysterical. He's delivering noodles. Kind of like Kung Fu Panda. Sean, what's happening? So this guy's delivering noodles. He's like, hey, who's here? I got a delivery. Kind of like, what the hell is this? Touches the unit. Bang. Who'd win a sexiness contest, Miku or Kermit? Hmm. You know, that is a very hard question. I honestly do not know. I really do not know as far as how that goes and such. It's a really hard question. It really depends on preference. Like, if you are an Opie guy, as in if you really, well, if you're not, if you like knockers, chances are it's going to be Miku. But it's really a hard battle. If you're talking just body alone, it's all preference. It really is, because everything's all preference when it comes to things like that. But then, as far as me goes, uh, hmm, I'm trying to think. You know, I'm gonna go Miku on that one. You're welcome, Sean. Let's see. Let's see what this battery says. Well, guess we won't be going on for longer. I've actually been doing this for almost an hour before I actually go live after finishing just a game here. You know, that is actually one thing of why I don't get. I'm not sure why I don't get it or whatever, but just plugging this in. I'm gonna hold my phone. Whoa, stay still. I think because Miku's a mana list is because of why people don't like her. And if you don't like it, refer to this. Oh, Tina, I'll be waiting for sure. But really, well, we kind of knew that one, Michael. As far as the stuff goes with Miku, a lot of people say, oh, she's just an ultra feminist. Incorrect. For example, I. Yes, I did. That was hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. But anyways, as I was saying, um, a manalist is someone who hates men and everything they do. It doesn't matter how good they do, they are viewed as a scumbag. And yes, still pushing for a frying pan mod. See you then, Tina. So, really, as far as a feminist goes, my girlfriend is one, my mother is one, and if you want to know what the true definition of feminism is, it is for women equal treaty rights. If you refer to Miku as in every single man on the walking earth is a pig. Men always and will forever always be no good. Men are tools and that's all. That is a manalist. Now, I actually have a bandana I use for a rag for work. This guy, Sinner, who is recovering, he's in sobriety now, just recently turned 30, and is a skateboarder. He makes this brand called B Bandanas. It's pink. I'm not going off with trend or pink is the new white or whatever. I do it simply because I work in an environment where it makes me wonder because I'm getting paid more than the teachers there, which they have a bigger responsibility than I do, which catches me off guard. It makes me question everything. And they're very, some of them are very, very sweet. And they do a lot. And there's just so much that I've learned from all of them. And then there comes into the fact of, there's been close people to me that have suffered from breast cancer and then have suffered from not being equal. For instance, I know my mother is underpaid because she is a woman. Her boss is a Chinese man who has three wives. Now, technically, he does have a harem. But what is the difference between a harem protagonist in anime and a harem protagonist that happens to be my mother's boss? My mother's boss doesn't respect women, and that rubs me. So this is what I stand for: good health and equal treating. Well, guys, that's really all I got for the moment simply because it says my phone is too hot and I'm at 3% battery. It's quarter to 10. I'm going to be, ultra feminist. I'm not going to get into that right now. But I'm going to catch you guys later. I'll be streaming soon. I'm going to be going solo until Tina gets back, or I might possibly just finish this up, whatever. If there's any more questions I could do for anybody, any sneak peeks, spoilers, guys, you name it, I'm always here. My office door is always open. If I don't get back to you right away, I will as best as I can. And I might bring Iggy with me next time around. So, guys, have a good day, enjoy your Sunday, and stay awesome. Later.